We just wanna see you shake that.
Wow.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Welcome to Story Time with Street. Oh, I'm sorry. What's happening, everybody? Street here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Stang story. It's Friday night, just having some beers, hanging out, and wanted to have a little discussion with you guys. Now, I know you saw what just happened there, and we're going to get to that in a minute, but all I can say is it happened more than once, and it affected my car, which was kind of the weird part. I understand the physics, I guess, kind of behind it, but I also don't. I don't understand why it did what it did. If you guys don't know what happened or didn't catch what happened, we'll get to that in a minute. First thing I wanted to do is welcome you guys back to Storytime with Street. Now, I know I haven't produced one of these in a while, and there's a reason for that, but I've got some stories to share with you guys today. Now, the first story that I want to share with you guys has nothing to do with the Mustang, but it was something that I wanted to share because it was just one of those things that you're like, okay. I want you guys to comment below if you've ever had this happen to you before. So I'm in my email the other day, and I come across an email in my spam folder. I'm looking through my spam folder because I was actually looking for the transcript that I requested from Ford Performance on the Power Packs, and I wanted to keep a record of it. So I went into my spam folder thinking, hey, maybe I went into my spam. I haven't seen it yet. Let's go ahead and look in there and see what's up. So I see this email that says, the subject line shows my email address, and then it shows a password that I've used in the past. And I'm thinking, okay, that's weird. That's a very, very unique password. Like, why is my password showing up in the subject line of an email? So I'm like, okay, you've piqued my curiosity. I click on it, and it brings me into the email, and it says, basically, I'm going to kind of sum it up, summarize what happened here. But it basically said, hey, you don't know me, I don't know you. We caught you, and we caught you logging into a porn site. And it says we were actually able to remote desktop your computer, and we got onto your webcam, and we recorded you, and it is you, and if you don't send me $1,000, we're gonna send it to all your contacts. So I did what any normal person would do, I think, and I contacted a few of my closest friends and said, oh my God, you guys are in for a treat. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, how many people fall for that on a regular basis? It basically just kind of said like, hey, you know, it's like, we caught you, we have you on camera, we're going to send this out to people you know unless you pay us money. I remember way, way back in the early 2000s selling stuff on eBay and getting private messages like, hey, I really want your product, but you have to send it immediately to my friend in Nigeria who's a college student, and then it evolved into the Nigerian princes, you know, but it's like these scams, man. It was one of those that I read it and I was so just kind of intrigued by like, okay, they had one of my passwords. I mean, it's legitimate. Like somehow somebody found one of my passwords. But the fact that they threw the lie out of like, hey, dude, we're gonna, you know, we caught you on a porn site, we're gonna send it to all your contacts. I was like, okay, like, dude, you know, it made me laugh because I knew it was bullshit. And I actually approached one of my friends about it. I said, like, dude, have you ever, you know, he's like, I got one of those same emails, bro. He was like, I got one of those like 3 months ago, and it said they caught me on a gay porn website. And I immediately stopped him right there. I said, well, then it's true because we know you're surfing gay porn constantly. It made me laugh, and I was curious how many of you guys have experienced something like that. It was just funny to me. Like, how many people get suckered in to falling for those type of scams? The second thing I wanted to share is, dude, there has been this Dodge RT that I've been trying to get to just take the bait for weeks now. Every morning I'm driving to work, I see this Dodge RT. And every morning he passes me at about 80, 85 miles an hour. I get behind him. I do a couple little, you know, third gear, just what? Just get a couple little pulls in behind him. And he just never takes the bait. So the other morning, he's in front of me, and I'm sorry, I only have video footage of just this one part, because every other morning it was just the same thing of me just behind him, like trying to get him to take the bait. But I get behind him and he pulls into the slow lane, and I just open it up, dude. I just go full wad on, dude, and I'm just like, okay, let's get it. And the next thing that happens is dude just kind of thumbs ups me, and that was the end of it. And I'm like, why won't you come out? Why won't you come out and play the game with me? Because I'm really looking for a little action. I get a lot of contenders with the Mustang that come out that will, you know, do flybys. They'll give me a little pull. They'll rev on me. They'll do this and they'll do that. And then the minute I drop third and punch it, game over, dude. They don't want any. Like, they don't even want to test it. They just kind of thumbs up me, and they're just like, whatever. And I've had some decent contenders. Corvettes, Scat Packs, other Mustangs. I had a Porsche one day. Many Hondas, dude. The myth or the rumor about Hondas messing with Mustangs is so true. I mean, any kind of JDM car, dude, is firing on me on a regular basis. But then the minute it comes down to, like, you want the sauce, son? Like, they don't want it. So it's one of those things, you know, that it makes me laugh. And this RT was the same way. It's just like, he would pass me aggressively every morning. And then once he realized that I was game, and I was like, dude, I'll run him. You know, I mean, you never know what dudes have. Okay, yeah, he's got an RT. You know, it was a Charger RT, you know, and yeah, the 5.0 technically, you know, should take it. But you never know what he's got under the hood. You know, it's like people are like, why are you picking on an RT, dude? That's, you know, you're gonna eat that thing up. You don't know what he's got. You never know what he's got. I've ran into Hondas that have mad giddy up before, dude. You never know what they got. I'm willing to take all challengers. I'm an equal opportunity guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll punch it if you want to punch it. So the other story was just a quick one, and I don't have the appropriate footage for it. It would have been way better if I did, because I need a camera looking backwards. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that drive similar cars that it's like, dude, the looks that you get when you pass people sometimes, or like when you're on the freeway and you like look in your rear view when you pass people point, they stare, they freaking wave, you know, they love the Mustangs, man. The Mustang is a very good looking car, and people notice it. So I'm driving down the street the other day. I convinced my family, hey, let's go for a cruise in the Mustang. The weather is nice. Let's roll the windows down. Let's, you know, go and enjoy a ride. And we're driving. And I see this old, I say old, you know, he's early 60s maybe or something. He's walking down the side of the street, and he's just, you can see him. He's just staring at the Mustang. He's just like, all right, you know, he probably hears me coming around the corner. He notices me, he sees me, and as I pass, I give him a little rev, because as I pass, I see him, you know, he's walking backwards, just like looking at it. And as I'm passing him, I give him a little rev. I just rap for that old man, and he's all, yeah. That was awesome. And you should have seen this dude's face light up, man. He is just grins from ear to ear, and he's back there like this. This is all I see in my rear view. Yeah. I was dying, dude. I'm like, this dude was so pumped at the fact that I revved it for him. And it was just the little baby one. It was just a little baby rev. But he was so fascinated with it. He loved it. All right, so let's get to the meat and potatoes of the video. I'm driving home the other day, and it's rainy, it's windy, no thunder, no lightning. You know, there's no thunderheads out. You know, it was just a rainy day. It was windy, and the next thing you know, I'm driving, and this flash of light just lights the sky up, and I'm like, what the hell was that? Now the stickler is about a second and a half after the flash of light, my shift bell goes off. Boom. The hell, I'm at 2,000 RPM. Like, why did the shift bell go off? And I didn't comment on it in the video, but I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, why did my shift bell just go off? And then it happens again. Woof, it just flashes. Now, I don't think the shift bell happened on the second flash, but I'm sitting there thinking, I'm party rocking. It's party rock is in the house tonight. And you see this big flash, and I was like, that wasn't lightning. Like, that came from down low. Like, that was like an explosion of some sort. And it was like an electrical explosion. What I'm basically thinking is that it was a transformer blew up, but it ignited like 3 times. When it happened the 3rd time, you could see it. You could see it down in the side, just whoop, and it just lit the sky up, and my shift bell went off again. And I'm thinking, did I just get EMP'd? I'm like waiting for my dashboard to like fry out or something. It's weird. It's one of those things like, how did the magnetic pulse from that transformer trigger my shift light or my shift bell? I don't know how the shift bell works. I'm assuming it just reads the tachometer, and when it gets to a point, it buzzes. But something about that explosion or that pulse, it triggered my shift bell. If somebody is way better at physics than me, explain that to me. But what I know about an EMP is that it just fries electronics, and nothing was fried, but it did trigger my shift bell, which was really awkward. And it was just one of those things like, wow, dude, I can't believe I caught that on camera. Like, it was kind of a trip. I'm assuming it was just a transformer blowing. I was honestly waiting for the next day for them to be talking about how the aliens were invading, and I had footage of it. I got it. I was like, I got the footage. It's just one of those things I wanted to share with you guys. I know I was like all over the place with this video, but I had a couple of stories I wanted to share with you, and some things that have happened recently that made me laugh and or made me say, what the hell just happened? So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, again, like, subscribe, comment below, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at silverstang707. We'll see you guys on the next one.